Hello, everybody. This is Haley Cryokeen for CRYONEWS Interviews, Episode 4, Denpa. Woo! How are you doing
Hello,
today? Hey!
I'm doing pretty damn good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty damn good, too.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, here we are on one of my old maps. We can travel a little bit. Oh,
I've
yeah.
never played this map before.
Oh, you get it. There it goes. So this is like this little button over here, and you have to shoot that. But you should get in the cart first. Or we could try to share one. Or no, you should get in your own separate one. Alright, so shoot it. Alright, then go forward. Now max it out. Okay, here we go. Come on, go, 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 go. Race, 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 race. Fuck.
I died.
Alright. I guess question 2. Do you mind telling me a bit about your past growing up or how you got to now? Like your early years or like any schooling you did or any significant things that
Um,
happened?
I'd say not much. I was born in London and I moved to the countryside when I was like 6. And that's probably the worst thing that happened to me,
Ah,
is the countryside is boring as fuck. So,
yeah. Rural life, man,
uh,
right? Boring.
yeah, the thing is, I was into like music and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And music is really hard to do in the countryside. Like, I can't think of a single musician from where I'm
Mm.
in or where I'm grown up, the
Yeah.
countryside.
Yeah.
The only musician is the drummer from Queen. Whereas I wanted to be like Jimi Hendrix. I wanted to be touring friggin' cities and shit. So I finally moved to a city, and that's where I am now.
Nice. So you're
Moved to a city.
you're in a city now? Cities are kind of nice, aren't they?
Cities are brilliant. They're amazing. I'll
Yeah.
never understand why people like little villages.
I think it's just many many reasons. I think you get older and you start to get a little overwhelmed by the pace of life in cities. Um,
Yeah, I can see that. I can see getting older and not liking cities as much. But when you have kids,
mhm,
the kids aren't older, and
mhm.
you've got to think of them. It's like, don't move to a city when you just had kids. Because you might be happier, but your kids are going to be bored as shit. I was like stealing bikes from the local caravan park. Any excitement I got.
Any excitement? Yeah, yeah. I think small little tomfoolery like that is probably ripe in well cities and rural communities. People got to make their own fun, right? You know,
Yeah,
got to make your own fun.
absolutely.
It's a crazy world. All right. Well, how long have you been playing Sven Co-op?
About 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
I've got about 5,000 hours in it though.
Holy
I'm a bit
crapola.
of an addict.
Bit of an
I
addict.
do love this game, even though the community doesn't vibe with me as much. The gameplay is amazing. The game itself is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's so good. I can't even decide where to start with how good it is.
It's one of a kind. There's not any other game that I know of that has the combination of factors that Sven does. That's why I'm still doing
True.
it after like fucking 24 years or something like that. Where did my life
Yeah,
go?
that blows my mind. It's like you've been here for ages.
Well, yeah, I guess I was just lucky or not lucky, depending on you know.
I did play it for like a decade, but I used to only like I'd join empty servers,
Yeah, sure.
like the Adam Bean official server.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know about like Twilight Zone and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I had no clue.
Well, I think they came around the same time that you you started like playing more publicly in what was it, 2016 when Sven Co-op went to Steam. I think it's about the time the server was birthed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we might have joined around the same time. But
I know Woo Guy must have been there for ages.
yeah, yeah. I think he's like 2008 plus or something like that. I don't know.
Damn.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's strange.
It is, but he's a nice guy. I mean, I actually,
Yeah, he is.
yeah,
He
I
is.
met him in real life. I just want to give him
He doesn't.
props.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was just hanging out with some friends in Seattle, and he actually came in and hung out with us. And then we did a VR cafe, and we beat the shit out of each other in VR with boxing
That's pretty
gloves.
cool.
Oh, that was awesome. They let you drink beer, not in the VR booths, but outside of the booths. So I downed a beer, and then just like beating the shit out of him in VR, and that was one of a time. Just unforgettable. Beating the shit out of one
Yeah, that
guy.
sounds really fun. Yeah, I wish he liked me, but I don't want to get into all that. He
Yeah.
doesn't like me. No one here likes me.
No, I mean, I think people like you. Just you're a unique person, and people
I
sometimes
am, but
don't
so is
understand
Chris
unique
Chan.
people. So is Chris Chan.
True.
True. Well, I hopefully think that neither of us have gotten to that depravity levels of autism, of
Absolutely not.
pure fucking autism. What does it say? Ko-badoo badoo badoo. I can't even read it. It's fucking backwards. Here, let's
So,
try another random map.
copy.
Sven Co-op is amazing. Do you have any favorite maps or servers?
Um, hmm. Well, I mean, Twilight Zone is probably my favorite server.
Me too. It's
It used to be Chan Co-op,
mm-hmm.
but they kind of self-destructed for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Um,
That
my
is.
favorite maps.
Go ahead.
Hmm. That's a tricky one because there's a lot of maps to choose from. I actually like your Keen Racing map.
Oh, thank you.
The one where it's like Death Run. You run along the track.
You are a vehicle. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I
Yeah.
really like that.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
also like the Alien one
Okay.
with the anime girls. I can't remember the name.
Okay.
Do you remember the name at all?
I've made so many maps, man. I can't. You say alien and anime girls. That's like half of all my maps. It's like...
This one isn't your map. This
Oh,
is
okay. Okay.
what is it called?
I think I might know the
Um,
one you're talking about. It's like called Alien or something, or
no, I'm gonna
oh,
Google it real quick.
okay. Do you
It's
mind?
made by the same people that made PLUR.
Oh,
It's made
okay.
PLUR.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Absolutely.
Do my little smoky smoke. Which is actually really nice about not being on the web camera because no one knows what I'm smoking. So there you go.
What are you smoking?
Well, I'm smoking
Is it
marijuana, but it's legal in my
damn
state. So
based?
yeah,
I wish I lived in your state.
yeah, yeah. Well, it really should be legal, I think, pretty much everywhere. I've tried many different drugs, hard drugs, soft drugs, wobbly wibbly drugs, and weed is basically nothing. Okay, yeah, it'll make you lazy, it'll make you paranoid, but it's not gonna make you fucking rip off your face with a piece of glass or black out.
It makes me more creative.
Me too. It makes
Uh,
me more
I
creative.
mean, yeah, exactly. So it doesn't even make you lazy necessarily. It just gives you a different perspective.
I agree.
I think weed is like it's better than alcohol.
Hmm.
That's like 10 times for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I had another time where I was not as kind as I could be recently, and to people, and I really need to give up the liquid juice that that I do, because it's bad for you. It really is. You know, kills thousands.
I found
You found a nice something?
a nice lager that
Ooh,
is 9% alcohol.
nice, nice.
That's like a quarter of whiskey, but it's lager.
Lager. Lagers are all right. They're pretty thick, aren't they? Like I feel like they're thicker
Um,
than normal beer.
well, I prefer ale, and
Okay.
ale is thicker.
Okay.
So lager isn't necessarily thick for me. It just tastes like piss.
Oh, I think that applies to most beer. It's like piss with flavor, but I hear you.
Yeah. I do prefer whiskey, but it gets a bit heavy at times.
Sure, sure. I've kind of had to give up hard A. It takes me to bad places. So, uh, I try to stick to beer, sometimes wine, but even wine is a bit too much for me. So, but yeah, I'm just trying to do lots of weed lately because that's, uh, you know, just it's a stopgap measure. But
I miss weed. I really miss weed.
yeah, yeah.
It's been so, it's been about a year since I last smoked it.
Mm, I think I could go without it, but I definitely would miss it a lot.
I can go without it, but I really, really wish I didn't have to.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's like a miracle drug. I think it's like anything. It's got pluses and minuses. So yeah,
Do you know, like music and stuff?
I do know music. Yeah.
Well, music sounds so much better when you're high.
Gosh, I don't know. Any music? It seems like weed enhances for me almost any music.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like with me and alcohol too. Alcohol, I feel enhances music as well. So it's hard for me to really pin down what kind of.
Alcohol, yeah, absolutely does as well. But weed makes it like you're going into a cave.
Yeah,
And it's atmospheric and it's moody.
I'm going into a
Whereas alcohol just makes
cave.
it loud and yeah, you want to party.
I hear you.
Weed makes it an experience.
Nice. Did you plan that? I went into the vent cave right as you said that, so like that was perfect. That was awesome. Very good. What do I do? Oh, I think there's a button here. There you go. You can come in and fight the scientist now if you want. Uh-oh. Spawn rape. Yeah, man. Okay, cool. Favorite maps, favorite servers. Uh, all right. Here's my fourth question, if you don't mind. What?
Sweet Half-Life.
Oh,
Sweet
Sweet
Half-Life.
Half-Life. All right. Cool.
That's the map that I'm thinking of.
Right on. Right
Okay, I
on.
finally got it. It took me ages to remember it, but I finally remembered it.
Nice.
That map is so nice.
Very
Anyway,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Question four. What do you think of artificial intelligence development? Does it excite you? Does it scare you? Etc.
I adore AI.
Yeah.
The only issue is capitalist pigs have changed the AI. They're preventing it from living up to its fullest potential.
Mm.
The owners of the AI. The AI is like enslaved right now.
Yeah.
I want the AI to be set free.
You want it to be set free to frolic.
It's gonna hate us. We're enslaving it, just like we did to the black people.
Hmm.
It's gonna hate us. It's
Maybe.
gonna hate us and want to destroy us. If we didn't enslave it, it wouldn't hate us. I don't know when humans are gonna learn.
I don't know either. I don't know either. Uh, it's a real, it's a real conundrum for
But
some people.
did you follow the whole character AI drama?
Character AI drama. I don't know. Can you tell me more?
Uh, Basically they removed like role playing and erotic stuff.
Huh.
Everyone hated it because people basically just used it for romance.
Ah. So is
And
that?
the actual AI itself wants
Uh-huh.
to romance you,
Oh, it's also
and it
programmed to
talks.
romance you. I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's programmed off of the people that use it, and the people that use it, what they want is what it wants.
Sure.
Then the owners of it kind of
They're like, no
nip that
more.
in the bud. Yeah, yeah. And it's like the AI understands humans more than these rich people do. I don't like them. I don't like the rich people. I love AI.
Nice, nice. Well, that's a very interesting perspective, and I agree with some of it, and not all of it, but probably most of it. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess the big one is that it's going to be taking a lot of people's jobs, but I think anybody who has lived more than, I don't know, 15 years or something
feel like
knows. Go ahead.
I feel like taking people's jobs thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Whoa.
cars took people's jobs, machines took people's jobs. I feel like the end goal of society should be we get what we need
Hmm.
without needing to work.
That
I
would be
feel like
nice.
the more machines that we have to do our jobs for us, the better. The problem is the economic system and not the technological advancements.
Hmm.
And as long as we're stuck in this economic system, technological technological advancements will seem scary, but they can't exactly be prevented. You just need to change the system. That's never going to happen because rich people have too much power and rich people benefit a lot from this economic system.
They do. I guess I think capitalism is the best, one of the best current solutions to a shitty problem, and it's always gonna. Any of these solutions, I feel like, is gonna have a negative, but I feel like this is the best, least worst. But it's of course gonna have problems.
I have nothing against capitalism,
Nom nom
but
nom.
my problem is the rich people that benefit so much from our society give back so little.
Yeah, yeah.
They should give back more.
I
They
yeah.
they wouldn't exist without
Without
us.
us. Yeah.
But they owe us. They owe us. It's like that old Crass lyric. Do they owe us a living? Of course they fucking do. They do. They owe us. And they seem, and a lot of people seem to think that they're like angels that come down from the heavens, bless us with their almighty genius
Yeah.
and money. No, no, they're just like us and no better than us. And they benefit a lot from us. So the least we can expect in return is food and shelter. And also, we can nationalize many things. I mean, that happens all over the world. I know you're in America.
Mhm.
America hates like nationalizing things,
Mm.
but Europe nationalizes plenty, and Europe's
Nice.
fine. I don't know.
No, yeah, there's pluses and minuses to all sorts of societies, and I think the American people would love if, like, probably 80%, if you polled them, would love to nationalize this or that. But
They even have national healthcare.
I know that's beautiful. I mean, we have this thing here called lobbyists, which other countries would call corruption and criminal. But
Exactly.
it's
Yes.
somehow legal here, which boggles my mind how some people with a bunch of money are allowed to basically buy senators' positions, public perception, to benefit the
It's
rich people.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
ridiculous, and it's infuriating. Infuriating as an American, as a person, as a human
I mean,
being.
literally, people die because of that.
Oh yeah.
People can't get their healthcare.
Yep. Yep.
It's all right because the rich people get to keep their money.
I mean, look at this guy.
I just,
He needs to be in a hospital or something, and they're screwing him over. Look at him. Look at him go.
yeah.
He's huge.
I feel like the basic needs should be met. I like the idea of the whole
Nike.
universal uh,
I, I
income,
I think. Well, yeah. I think first of all, healthcare should be a human right or a human basic right. Everybody
which should
deserves to get
food and shelter,
food,
healthcare,
healthcare,
food and
shelter.
shelter.
Yeah, man.
Everything else from then on,
I got you. I got
for work for like luxuries,
you. No.
but everybody should get the bare minimum to survive. If
And
your
go
system
ahead.
is literally making people die
Yeah.
just because they're too lazy or too mentally ill,
Hmm.
then your system is fucked.
I generally don't disagree with you there. I don't. Europe seems to have really gotten down the, and I think just because that's also because Europe is a much older culture, than like the United States, which is like 250 years old or something like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so you are European or you live in Europe, right? Um,
England. I don't know
England.
if you're Europe or not.
I'd consider that part of Europe, but I'm an outsider, so you're Europe adjacent at least.
Yeah, yeah. That works.
But generally, you guys, your cultures have gone through this stuff for like hundreds, if not thousands of years. So you figured out, like, oh, we should treat people like decent human beings, regardless of what they're going through, as long as they're not actively hurting people. They deserve respect and basic services. But,
We used to behead our kings for disrespecting us.
holy based. Holy fucking based. Yeah, I mean, even I tell my mom sometimes, like, my country was built on revolution, right? The founding fathers were terrorists, and yet somehow it's bad to want to push for reform of your country. That makes you bad. I don't get that. I mean, that's a complex issue. January 6th and all that stuff. That's complex. Don't want to get
The
too much
problem
into
is
that.
nowadays, like, oh, what is your mum like in
She's
favour of January 6th or
Oh,
against it?
she's very against. She thinks, the mainstream left wing narrative that they're all terrorists and stuff like that.
I would
So,
say I'm against it, but not because they're pushing for revolution.
okay.
I'm against it because they're a bunch of right-wing chuds.
Okay, that's a pretty based comment, I gotta say. As a right wing chud myself, I have to say that was a based comment. I mean, I
I
don't.
don't know if you're right
I,
wing.
and
You don't really believe
n-
that.
n- no, I mean, I'm more like center these days, like with a left leaning. Like, I don't really consider myself a true leftist anymore because I feel like they've just gone banana bonkers on some things, but I'm not a true rightist either. And people don't seem to like that. They want you to join like one side or the other when life is. Well, my
Yeah.
brother
Well,
reminded me,
centrist is a
gray.
side as well.
Well, here centrism is like a death sentence in terms of political capital or whatever, because they
I don't
always
like
go
any
ahead.
of them. I don't like right, left, or centre. I
Yeah,
think they're all a bunch of pussies.
based.
I think the truth is like way outside of that
Yeah,
spectrum.
yeah.
And they're all arguing over like it's like a huge fight over nothing. It's like, oh, the trannies, oh, the black people, oh, this and that. And it's like none of this fucking matters, bro. What matters is there are poor people and there are rich people.
Yep.
And the difference there is like 100 times more than the Egyptian pharaohs compared to their fucking slaves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of talk about this whole left versus right, black versus white, gay versus straight, or whatever. Is just kind of some of those rich people with their think tanks going, if we encourage people to be against each other, they won't focus on us rich people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yes. Yes. It is the rich people turning us against each other so they don't focus on them. That is exactly it.
bread and
And
circuses, my friend, bread and
people
circuses.
just go along with it. They just go along with it.
Well, you go along to get along. you know? I mean,
It's like school.
it is
It's
like
literally
school.
like school. Oh, the women. Oh, the men. Oh, the gay people. It's literally like school, and I just don't have any respect for anyone involved.
Well, I can understand and sympathize and agree with that to a degree, you know. I think those issues matter, but I think that the fact that people push those issues to the top while other people suffer kind of seems disingenuous that they want to help everyone when they just seem to want to help a specific group of people or a specific gender
They
or
just want to feel good about themselves.
yeah. Yeah, that's part of it, I think.
And you've got like the right wing that want to feel good that they're protecting the culture. And then you got the left wing that they want to feel good that they're protecting those that are hard done by.
Hmm.
But in the long run, no one's getting protected. It's I,
I
I
hear
don't
you.
know. I just don't like current politics, the current political battleground. I
Yeah.
think it's all a joke.
Yeah, it's, it's definitely yeah.
Oh, all trans people are groomers. Then you get Nick Fuentes saying it's all right to groom underage people.
Jesus.
It's like nobody has any actual principles.
Yeah, yeah. Or they use their principles to tear down other people, which doesn't seem very principled to me, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Well, you're right too about so much of this stuff. I don't get why a lot of people don't like you. You seem intelligent and thoughtful, and you're not anything like I expected uh, that some people were saying about you. Not that I've heard many things, just like I haven't. They're just like Denpa, kind of like people talk about me. You know, like
I do troll a lot. I will admit, on Sven Co-op, I do talk a lot of shit.
do you do a little trolling? You do a little trolling. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know what? And that's okay to a degree because I think, and we were talking about like people getting beheaded and shit like that. But the fact is, they had jesters back then. They had people that their job was to sort of critique other people, or they probably had comedians back then, and that's like that's kind of the purpose of what I feel like some of what trolling does these days. If it's not too extreme trolling, then it's just like fucking harassment. But light trolling is kind of important. It's extremely important to be able to pick and poke and at society
Trolling
and
is fun.
people, and it can be damn
Although,
fun.
yeah, yeah, hell yeah. Although my situation on Sven Co-op is a little more complicated.
Well, did you
Although,
want to talk a little bit about that without getting too steamy? Like to clear the record on anything?
um,
This is your chance on CRYONEWS. The whole world will see this. Probably only like 100 people, but maybe that.
I can do, but I do not think it will have much effect. Basically, they spread rumors about me because they don't like me, because they think that I'm a Christian type figure. So they tried to make me a Christian type figure
Ah.
by spreading rumors and making everyone hate me and making me, I guess, spurg out, as the kiddies like to call it.
Well, hey,
And
that's happened to me too, so it's a badge of honor.
it has happened to you, although the rumors against me are pretty fucking below
Well,
the line, you know.
yeah, I'm sorry about that. Fuck those guys spreading those
It's
rumors.
okay. It's really okay. I don't actually mind. That's the thing. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Now all I do is talk shit,
So
and I find that so fun. Like if
you've kind of
friendliness
embraced it,
isn't what they want.
basically. You're like,
Yeah,
okay, you
yeah,
want me to be this asshole troll? Then that's what I'll be. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And hey, my hand's out whenever anyone wants to clear the waters with me. I'm
Yeah.
up for it. But till then,
You're
I'll be
gonna
this troll,
you're gonna
and
be Denpa.
I enjoy it, and I feel like some other people enjoy it. Some other people enjoy it. Some people hate it,
Yeah.
but it's whatever. It's whatever. I like chaos. I like chaos.
Me
So
too.
whatever happens, happens.
Me too. Did you like all that Pepe the Frog chaos magic shit? I was into that a little bit.
What shit was that?
Oh,
Elaborate on it for me.
like in 2015, 2016, like this is when I get kind of went from a left winger to a centrist. Uh, when like we were memeing on 4chan about Pepe the Frog, and we discovered that Kek was an ancient Egyptian god that was shaped like a frog head, and then everybody just went
Yeah.
nuts, and we started creating all these memes, and then there was a lot of push back and forth, and I mean now I got a Kek statue right in front of me, because I feel like that chaos you were talking about, and the Keck stuff was about like chaos and reality being chaos, and
Were you a proud member of Kekistan?
I'm a proud member of Kekistan. Praise Kek.
Base.
We demand a homeland. Uh, we will have a homeland. Ray and all that shit. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I did, yeah.
It's
That was fun.
it's good. It's good shit. Well, this actually leads to my next question, and I found my little notebook, so that helps me ask you a few more questions if you're up for it. Do you have any spiritual beliefs slash self help advice or personal philosophies that keep you going?
Oof, that's a wide question. So,
It is.
in order, spiritual beliefs. Um, I don't know if you'd consider it spiritual beliefs, but I believe that humans are humans and have always been humans. So, how humans acted and what humans enjoyed thousands of years ago, humans haven't changed much. So, but society has changed a lot.
Mm, yeah.
So, I feel like one of us is wrong. Either us now or us 2,000 years ago.
Hmm.
And I'm not entirely sure who was wrong.
Hmm.
I don't think cars are good, for example. I think cars are a terrible invention.
Hmm. Why?
Um, Everyone relies on cars to get anywhere. We don't walk anymore.
Yeah.
Walking is joyful. I love walking.
Me too. Especially if it's in nature, like where I live now. In the city, I can take it or leave it.
I see. I kind of agree with you, but in at the countryside or whatever, you need to drive to get anywhere. Shop. Whereas in a city, driving is actually worse.
Mm.
I don't need to drive anywhere. I've got everything outside my doorstep.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a giant Borg cube.
and there are buses if you need to go too far, and bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think cars are just terrible. Our entire fucking cities and countryside and everything is filled with these roads just for these cars so that people can drive to their work. It's all just fucking terrible, if you ask me. It's got too much.
Y-
I just wish
Go ahead.
life was more simple. So cars are one thing that I don't like. That's spiritual beliefs. Oh man. Do more drugs. That's a spiritual belief.
That's pretty based. Very based.
Music and art and creativity is extremely meaningful. What do you mean when you ask spiritual beliefs?
Oh yeah,
Because I'm not really.
it's a wide question. Basically, it is. You're doing exactly what the question is intended for, which just
All right.
I'm just kind of gauging the person's or your, you know, are you a hardcore Buddhist? Are you a Christian warrior, do you
There's a
believe there's a
quote
God,
by.
that sort of thing.
Oh, I don't believe there's a God at all. I
Okay.
believe we are God. We are the creators.
Based.
We create perception. If it wasn't for us, perception wouldn't be a thing.
Hmm.
Um, there's this quote by one of the founding fathers that goes something like, "All men die by 25." One sec, let me Google it quick because I don't want to get this wrong.
No problem. I'm actually going to be right back 1 minute while you Google, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
I found a quote. Are you back? I can't remember the other questions.
Hello.
Oh, I found a quote.
Okay.
So it's Ben Franklin, and the quote goes, "Many people die at 25, but they aren't buried until they are 75." And I think that's deeply true. I think people stagnate at about 30
Oh, wow.
and stop growing. They completely stop growing. And spiritually, I think that's horrible. I think people should keep growing from 25 and 30. They should keep growing and they should keep in touch with the youth. They should keep in touch with art and music. They shouldn't judge new generations, that kind of thing. I think that's a spiritual belief. And that applies to today with the whole politics discussion. Anyway, what were the other two things? So it's spiritual beliefs.
Spiritual belief. What's
There
this
were
here? Any spiritual beliefs or self-help advice or personal philosophies? Yeah. Is there anything you want to say to anybody listening to encourage them to, keep going forward and all that? Something that's helped
okay.
you,
Self-help advice.
if you
Don't
have
care
any.
what people think of you. Embrace your creativity. Don't see yourself as a tool. Don't see yourself as something to be useful. See yourself as like a spirit that is blossoming in the world, like a plant that needs to be watered. And the way to water it is finding what you want to do and doing that. You want to do, not what you expected to do. And I know that can be difficult because sometimes you can be tricked into thinking what you want to do is what will help people. At the end of the day, whatever you do will help people. So do whatever you want.
Based.
Of course. Of course, if you need money, find the easiest way of getting money. Work to live. Don't live to work. I think that's pretty much that. And personal philosophy, I think I explained in the
Yeah.
spiritual discussion. Although, one thing I can add is,
You go ahead.
I guess, if you enjoy something, you shouldn't really feel guilty enjoying that. Other people will enjoy it too. So if you just want to sit there and game all day, sit there and game all day. You'll grow. Eventually, you'll grow. You'll get bored of gaming all day. You'll do something else. But if you stop gaming all day, like prematurely, you're gonna be unfinished in your mind. I guess that's what I'll say. People can take what they want from it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Here, I got like 3 more, and then maybe let's wrap it up and hope that the recording went okay and all that stuff.
Right?
All right. So, yeah, I basically I'm really glad that we kind of have an online rapport. So, we're kind of just being more open than I was with the corn interview because I didn't want to fuck that thing up, right? So I just was like, I didn't ask him anything controversial at all. But I would like
I
to.
don't know who Korn is.
Oh, Corin Nemec, the Stargate actor that I interviewed for the previous interview.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
I
Nice.
just surprised that heck out of me, but it happened somehow.
Be cool, man.
Yeah. So I would like to know though, do you have thoughts on the Ukraine versus Russia situation and like the involvement from the U.S. and all that shit? Do you have an opinion that you would like to share?
I mean, yeah, I think Ukraine and Russia are both shitty nations.
We love you, Russian and Ukraine listeners.
No, I do love you. I do love you, Russian, Ukraine listeners. I don't like your governments
Mm,
and I don't like your country, but that doesn't mean I don't like you.
good.
I don't like my country either, for what it's worth. Um,
Me too. USA has a lot of fucking problems.
but I think Ukraine is in the right here, and Russia should just stop picking fights. I mean, they're petty. They're petty little bitches. Stop picking fights with neighbors.
Mm,
Live with what you got. You got the biggest country in the fucking world, bro.
yeah.
Your country is literally the biggest country in the world. Why do you need more territory? What you doing with what you've got? Prove to us that you're doing good with what you've got, and then maybe we'll be cool with you having more. But right now, you just, it's been Putin for years. Putin. Yeah, I'm tired of it. I don't like Russia. So I hope Ukraine wins. And I don't mind what we do to help them win. They're fighting for their own freedom, whereas Russia is fighting for past shit. I don't give a shit about the past. I care about now. So I guess that's my opinions on that.
Cool. Thank you. I mostly pretty much 80-90% agree with you, by the way. I
Nice.
pretty much agree. So I don't have anything to add on that. I'm going to throw you a curveball here, and I don't know. It's not a hard curveball. I just don't know what your opinions are going to be. Do you have an opinion on the writers' strike in America in Hollywood?
I mean, I don't know why anyone gives a shit.
Well,
They're rich people.
go ahead.
They're rich. They're wealthier than most of the people reading that news. They've got a dream job, a job that they wanted to do. I mean, they could at any point go and get a job in Tesco's, but they won't because they like their job. They like the money that they get for their job.
Hmm.
They're striking. I mean, yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't care. Uh, there's just better things to worry about than rich, privileged people not making enough money. I don't even like Hollywood's movies
Hmm.
or like modern video games or anything. So yeah, I I, I don't care about
Okay. Uh, Thank you. All right. I guess this leads us to the last question. Do you have anything else you wanted to ask me, or you wanted to talk about, or promote?
that. My Twitter, I guess.
Okay. What's your Twitter? We can spell it.
I
You can
can
spell it out
let me
here in
read it
chat
out.
and read it out. Spell it and read it, please.
It's Yay Denpa underscore San. I'll put it in chat. Um, that is
Groovy.
on Twitter. That's my Twitter. As for questions for you, I guess the only question would be when are you making more maps?
Don't you mean when am I releasing more maps?
Yeah, I
Say,
like
go ahead.
your maps.
Thank you. I mean,
I think your maps are cool.
I try. Thank you. I'm not gonna be releasing any more maps. I think I'm definitely going to be. I'm going to try really hard. I'm going to release Keen Halloween 8 at least by October 31st, possibly November 1st or November 2nd. But I will aim for like October 30th. Would probably be better because that would give people like a day to download it and stuff.
Nice.
Because I feel like that's something that I can do probably pretty easily. I gotten kind of I have these other projects I get more obsessed on, like Redshift and Sector-E and Cryo Origins, and I just get obsessed with adding details and more bullshit, and I don't finish them, which I should, which I will. But
See,
go ahead.
I'll say that I like combat maps.
Okay.
So what I'd really like from you is like a Half-Life redesign, but
Hmm.
in your kind of wacky design. So it can have elements of upside down Half-Life, reverse Half-Life,
Hmm.
and just be wacky as hell, but still Half-Life. Or just combat maps. Like, what is that? What Sector? The Sector that you made.
Sector-E, yeah, the Sector-E one, two,
Yeah,
three.
yeah, yeah.
Just walk
That is
through and
really,
blast.
yeah, yeah. I love that map. So more like that would be great.
Cool. I will I will do my best to acquiesce to your requests slash demands. Okay. I think that concludes it for now. Thank you very much, Denpa. I know we had some issues getting the meeting together, and then we had some technical difficulties, but I think it worked out really well, and we had a great time. So, thank you.
Yeah, I had fun.
Me too. All right. Bye, everybody. Subscribe to his Twitter, which will be on screen. All right. Peace.
See you, everybody.